All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our first ever Wives edition of the Clashing Conference podcast. I'd have to say this is by far the best looking group of people I have ever had on the pod in my roughly 6 months of doing this. So welcome, ladies. Thank you for joining us tonight. We cannot wait to get your takes on all things sports and hear from the ladies instead of the men tonight. So super quick, I'm just going to run through our sponsors and then we'll dive right on in. First things first, we want to give a shout out to Lean at Sparrow Hair Studio. If you're ever in the Lancaster area, go see Lean to get your hairs cut and tell her you are part of the Clashing Conferences family to get a discount. Second is Lotwin 3D Custom Chains. They make the coolest chains for us here at the Clashing Conferences and all of the competitions that we do internally. If you check out Lotwin, that's Lotwyn, use code TCCPOD to get 10% off your order. And lastly, Abby is joining us today. Her husband is Jim Montgomery, who has a phenomenal podcast full of tons of content, all things Philly with this day in Philly sports history. So those are our sponsors. And for our ladies tonight, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. I know it's tough being a mom. I am a mom as well. We know that you are the glue that holds our podcast together every single week by wrangling the kids and the pets and everything else so that the guys can do what they do every single week long. So thank you so much for being so supportive and allowing us to all do this and be a part of this community. We know that you guys are the unseen and unsung heroes of everything. So let's go around the horn and let everybody introduce themselves. Let us know your name, what you do for a living, any passions or hobbies, any side gigs that you've got going on. So we can start with, I'm going to go in order on how I see you guys on my screen. So I'm going to start with Kyle's wife.
Hi, everybody hear me okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Heather Montgomery. So I am Kyle's wife, as you just mentioned. I will say this, I know you didn't ask it yet, but I am a huge sports fan and I was long before I met Kyle. So I'll be glad to talk about that as we get into this. But I work for a finance firm. And then what was the other question that you asked, Kristy?
Any hobbies, passions, side gigs, any maybe volunteering you do, anything like that?
Yeah, we've got, I would say, two dogs, which are part of my hobby. So we have adopted and or rescued several dogs, but we have two that we have right now. And then outside of that, we've got our three kids that we are super busy with. And then beyond that, I would say the biggest thing I'm usually busy with is actually sports or attending sports. So looking forward to today.
Love it. Love
Glad
it.
to
All
be
right.
with you all.
Yay! We will move on to Mary Kay.
Hi, Mary Kay Douglas. My husband is Paul Douglas. I work for a merchandising company called L&R Distributors. I have been a huge-ish sports fan. I played basketball in high school and soccer. I mainly chase around my 11-year-old at baseball because he loves baseball a lot. It's very boring sometimes. And as far as hobbies, I love working outside and just being with my kids.
Great. We'll move over to Abby.
Hi, I'm Abby Montgomery, Jim Montgomery's wife. I'm a registered nurse in a hospital. Busy with that all the time. And I'm a big sports fan. Definitely huge sports fan before I met Jim. Was a pretty big athlete in like high school. And my hobbies include following our kids around as they do their adventures through sports. They just started to get really into some stuff. So it'll be interesting.
How old are the kids?
9 and 10.
Awesome. Monica.
Hey, hi, I'm Monica Ramler. I'm Mike's wife. I'm a middle school teacher at a Catholic school. I'm not a big sports fan, but I do like baseball. Sorry, Mary Kay, I know it's not your favorite. But outside of that, I like to read, I like to go for walks.
Awesome. Allie.
Hi, I'm Allie. I am a librarian. I'm Patty Bailey's wife. I am a big sports fan. I loved the Giants when I was growing up and loved the Mets, and I still love the Mets. My football knowledge is vast because my husband um is obsessed. um and I'm on maternity leave for now. I have a 7-week-old and a 2.5-year-old. And yeah, I'm excited.
Awesome. And last but most definitely not least, Crystal.
Hi. So I'm Crystal. I'm Steve, the producer's wife. I am a huge Eagles fan. I have been an Eagles fan pretty much all my life. My dad like ingrained that when I was a little kid. So really love the Eagles. Unfortunately, my husband is a Cowboys fan, so our house can get a little back and forth sometimes, but hey, we need a little bit of tension every once in a while, right? um, so that's what my big sport is. I'm not a big sport fan other than football. I can watch football all day long, every day. So yeah. But then I work for a nonprofit thrift store. So I work for it's called Country Gift and Thrift. We were just an amazing company that just gives back to the glory of God, which I'm a big a Christian, so that just aligns with my values, and love to go to work every day. And when I'm not doing football or work, I am running around with my children, 9 and 11. So we are going from sports and all that fun stuff, just like you ladies are. So, fun. But yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Awesome. Amazing, ladies. All the kids and everything else you've got going on. Again, I cannot say thank you enough for allowing your husbands to join us weekly and make sure everything's good for them so that they can come record and have all the fun. Hey, who knows? We could turn this into a regular thing and we could do our own ladies version of the podcast. I think we'd probably get a lot more views. We look a lot. So, has anything, my one burning question that I want to start off with, is anything changed in your relationships since the guys started podcasting? Do they do anything better because they're a podcaster? Are there little quirky things that annoy you now because they turn into podcaster mode?
Well, I'll jump in because our life obviously changed drastically because my husband literally podcasting was part of it, but there was other aspects that he literally quit his job to start producing and do things, which is amazing. It's to be able to chase your dreams is just, yeah, you work really, really hard. So to be able to do something that you love is just what life's about, right? So he, obviously our life got shifted around all of this. But I think the coolest thing that I've seen is the camaraderie, the just constant bantering back and forth. And I'm sure you ladies can see, like, he's looking at his phone and he's like smiling. And I'm like, do you smile like that when I text you? Like, do I get any of that? Or he'll have this like smirk and I'm like, what now? And he's like, oh, just the guys. I'm like, really? All right. But it is it's a really cool thing to see, just what it's grown to be. So
That's awesome. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'd say maybe one, I feel like I'm cheating when I listen to the New Heights podcast, which I listen to every single week. I still listen to it. It's still one of my favorite ones, but I definitely feel judged when he sees it pop up in the car that I was listening to it. So that might be number one. I think number two is we actually probably debate a bit more. We definitely have different takes on things that I'll hear him talk about, or he'll want me to watch a clip and I'm like, I don't think I saw it that way. So we actually probably debate a lot more in our house since he has started the podcast too. We often have a different perspective of view or a view. We had one recently, actually, this last week that we definitely see very different. But it's also fun. We have a good time with it, and we talk a lot about it for sure.
Anybody else, ladies?
The only
I
thing
mean,
that's
mine's
different
been
in
doing
our
it for.
house.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Jim's been doing it for a while, so it's definitely for me. I don't know. Our kids just know to be quiet when he's on, which is funny. And then because he does a daily one and then he does this one as well, it's cute because we have like a nice conversations like as a family, like, what'd you talk about in your pod? Or he'll be like, oh, so and so like retweeted me or reposted that. So he gets like excited and like going back and forth with the guys. So it's a nice, I think, positive hobby like venture that he loves to do, and it's awesome to see it grow and all the connections that he's made with everybody. And even the one he does with his brother Kyle, like he comes out like every Wednesday or Thursday night after they're recording, he's like, that was so much fun. And I'm like, fun because you got to like talk sports or because you like spent time with your brother? He's like, just so much fun. And it's cute to watch. So
I would say the only thing that's changed in our house is any time that Paul is on the pod, there is lots of screaming in our house because he's usually yelling so much at everybody at the screen. So that's probably the only thing that's changed in our house.
I can vouch for that as I'm on the other side.
Yeah. Lots of yelling.
Monica, anything?
I mean, I hear the same thing. I hear the yelling, but Mike is constantly on his phone, like Crystal was saying. I call it his boyfriends. So he's constantly talking to his boyfriend.
Allie, how about you?
Yeah, same. He's talking to his boyfriends.
So a couple of you have touched on it. Ladies, what sports did you all play growing up?
I played softball.
Same here.
I didn't play any sports.
None, Allie? None.
None.
I played volleyball and basketball and softball.
That was basketball and soccer.
There's my soccer girl.
The only thing I did, I cheered for 2 years. That's as far as of sports that I can play. I know my gifts, and that's not one of them. So
Hey, cheer is a sport all in itself. Our boss's daughter does competitive cheer, and those girls are crazy, and that dedication is unbelievable. So cheer.
Yeah, my daughter's getting into it, and it's starting to be pretty intense.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I wish you the best of luck.
Thanks.
It gets crazy.
Yeah.
Ladies, do any of you still play any sports? Does anybody partake in coaching any of the kids?
Absolutely not.
I was told I'm not allowed to coach my children.
Wait, why aren't you allowed to coach, Abby? Why aren't you allowed?
Because I try to, we'll shoot around outside a lot, or like we'll kick the soccer ball around, and like I'll try to give them tips. And my daughter's not as receptive as my son is. I'm just, Mommy, you're not allowed to talk or do anything during my games anymore, because I get very into it when they play. So I've been silenced for a little bit.
Yeah, the only thing I do, I have learned golf, so I've taken that up over the last couple of years. I'm terrible at it, but I have actually gotten addicted to it. I love it for the most part, although there are times where it's absolutely awful and I don't understand why I continue to go out there and try to play. But I actually really do love it. It's gotten the itch. The only other thing is I do like when we take any of the kids to the batting cages, because I will hop in the second we are there, and it's still want to see if I can hit. So that's still one of my favorite things. But
and can you?
We just had this conversation the other night. I am not humble. I think I am still a really good hitter. So I still like to get in the cage and hit. Yeah.
Each your own horn, Heather. Go for it. Go for it. Anybody else? Are any of you like Heather, or not like, I'm sorry, like Abby, and not allowed to coach your kids because you're, oh, Mary Kay. You gotta fill us in.
We got yelled at this weekend before my son's basketball game. Now, we were told we weren't allowed to say anything, yelling anything. We're like, we can't even yell like "good job." No, Mom, that's embarrassing. All right, I won't say anything.
Are you allowed to clap?
I love it.
I cheer for the other kids, and he doesn't say anything, so I guess it's okay.
Okay.
I know mine will be like, please, like, don't say anything during the game. Don't
Yeah.
say anything during the game. And then she'll be like, did I do okay? What did I do wrong? And I'm just like, okay. Could have told you in the moment, but it's fine. It's fine.
Right.
Hey, it happens to the best of us, right? Mine are too little.
Yeah.
Mine are only 3 and 1, so I've got a little bit until.
You've got a
You
little
do.
time. Yeah.
I'm sure I'm not going to be allowed to coach though, because I'm guaranteed. And then having your husbands around me feeding me with all the extra stuff is probably going to make it easy. All right, ladies. So kind of heard a little bit there. What sports do all of your kids play? What are you on the sidelines cheering for?
My son plays basketball and baseball. And so I don't know a lot about baseball. I try, but I also get told not to yell about it also. So I just stick to basketball.
My kids play right now basketball, and then my daughter plays volleyball and soccer, and then my son plays baseball and soccer as well. So, and the baseball games can get they can get intense and slow. It's like, okay, very serious and slow, and you're just like, okay.
Yeah, our oldest used to play softball. She has she's given it up over the last couple of years, but then we have one in cheerleading and ballet, and then our youngest is baseball.
Anybody else?
My daughter is in swim lessons right now, and she loves gymnastics.
Nice.
That's awesome. All right. Anybody else?
Like I said, my daughter does cheerleading, and my son tried different. He did soccer, he did basketball, but now we're at karate. So, and he really likes it. So I'm like, all right, that works. So that's what we're gonna go with.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I
All
loved
right,
karate when I was growing up.
Baby.
Sorry.
Oh,
There's a
no,
little kiss.
you don't sorry. See, you've got all women. You're good.
I know, all the little noises.
My goodness.
So tiny. Oh, I miss being that tiny. Oh,
Uh-huh. Ditto.
I have 2 boys, so
Patty's coming to get her.
you're good.
Patty to the rescue.
Yay.
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 Oh.
She was sleeping on me, and she finally just woke up.
Oh, you're golden, dear. You're golden, Ellie. All right. So we all know who your husbands are fans of, unfortunately, very loudly. Very, very loudly who they're fans of. So who do you guys cheer for? If it's the opposite, I can't wait. I cannot wait to hear it.
Well, I can go. My husband is an obnoxious Mets fan. And I very obnoxious.
Yep.
And I'm a Phillies fan.
Oh, really?
So our house
that.
is divided a lot during baseball. We don't talk. Like, he didn't talk to me when the Mets lost going into like the finals this past year. So we battle it out. But football's not as bad. He's a Bears fan and I'm an Eagles fan, but we don't fight as much for baseball or for football.
I'm a Phillies fan, like Jim. However, I did grow up as like Roberto Clemente being God. So like Pittsburgh and my family was like huge, but
I
thankfully
forgot
they have
about
not
that,
been.
Abby.
Yeah, they have not been that good in the past couple of years. So
Yeah.
I do love the Phillies, but if the Pirates are on, I will talk to my dad about that and watch that game as well. And football, I didn't really grow up in a house with football. Like it never was a thing. I didn't understand, like this is the biggest thing with Jim. Like I didn't understand about like stopping your world on Sunday to watch the game because I was like, what game? And I'm like, I know there's Eagles, but I didn't really know about it because we were more of a baseball family. So I think that's the big, like I'll cheer for the Eagles now, but I'm way more into baseball than football and stuff like that. So.
Well, in our household, Paul is obviously a large Redskins fan. I cheer for them as well, but our big rivalry is he is a huge UNC fan and I am a large Duke fan. So we collide.
No.
Typically, I make fun of him because he never wants to watch the games because it causes him too much stress. And I'm like, well, I'll watch the game. No problem. I'll see if they lose. No worries. But that's about it.
That's great. Allie,
So
how about
my
you? Oh, yeah.
go ahead.
Go for it.
No,
Go.
Crystal, go ahead.
Crystal?
So my husband is a Cowboys fan. I'm an Eagles fan. I, on the other hand, my parents were divorced when I grew up. So I would go to my dad's on the weekend, and depending on what time the Eagles were on was when I came home. So it was very much like our life was dictated around football. So mine was a little bit of the opposite there, but yeah, but I have to laugh because Steve and I, like, Steve will be like, it's just a game. Like, he's more like laid back, and he's like, they don't pay our bills, and they don't. And I'm like, what are you? And I'm like screaming. And he's like, Crystal, calm down. Like, it's really not that big of a deal. And I'm like, no, it is a big deal. Like, so it is a little funny that I feel like I'm a little more passionate than he is when it comes to it. But at the end of the day, he's right. Like, they're not paying my bills. They're not whatever. I just really enjoy watching football.
What's it
yeah.
like in your house when the Cowboys and the Eagles are playing each other?
So since the Eagles are amazing when they play the Cowboys for the most part, like it's pretty good because he always makes up these plays. He's like, that's aggressive touchdown plays, and he makes up like all these rules, and I'm like, Steve, calm down. And he's like, that he's playing too good, he should be ejected. And I'm like, yeah, I know, like, calm down, like it's fine. Like, he's just funny. But yeah, so it is a little interesting when we play each other, because he always knows, he's like, I don't think they're gonna be that great. So, but if they start getting good again, like, it might be a problem.
So I like the Giant. Well, I'm both Giants and Steelers. I actually have a shirt that says "Married into This" with the Steelers colors. And I love the Mets. Always have loved the Mets. Me and my dad were. That's how my dad and my dad and I were close with. I actually went to the Game 5 of the World Series in 2015.
Nice.
Jealous. Nice.
Totally collapsed, but it was like life-changing. Definitely recommend going to World Series game. But so, and then Giants, I like the Nets as well. I'm not a big watch basketball on TV. I like going to the games. I grew up on Long Island, so it was easy to go to all like the arenas and stuff. But yeah,
It's awesome. Yeah, we're a really aligned household, except for one area, but big Phillies fans, Eagles fans. The one thing we disagree on, though, is I grew up in a Penn State household.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, I'm a huge Penn State fan. Kyle swore up and down, was not a Penn State fan, would not go to a Penn State game. And I got my wish this year, and he went to a Penn State football game with me this year. And now he talked about getting season tickets with me. So if he tells you anything different, he's actually lying.
Okay.
He's a big Florida State fan, which I have said I will go with him to a Florida State game. But he has agreed to look into season tickets with me for Penn State football. So he'll claim he doesn't like it, but he really loved it when he went.
They're fun. I'll go with you.
So fun.
Monica, how about you?
I went, didn't I? But Mike's a Bears fan. I'm an Eagles fan.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yes.
that's right.
Yep. Sorry.
What up, everybody? The beard is here. Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors, the law offices of William P. Harrington. Credit card litigation, Chapter 7 bankruptcy, estate planning, estate administration, guardianships, they do it all. As a member, listener, follower, supporter of our network, they are offering you a 15% discount on these services. So if you are in the Pennsylvania or New Jersey area, schedule your free consultation today.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. Just a few quick reminders for everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And check out our fellow podcaster, Jim Montgomery, with This Day in Philly Sports History. Thank you.
All right. So,
Any
do
question?
any of you have a favorite sports memory, whether it be something with your kids or a high school for you playing, going to a game, whether it be professional, college, whatever? I want to hear your favorite sports memories.
I'll go. My way of bonding when I was younger with sports was with my dad. He would take me to a Phillies game like every year. And the first Phillies game I was ever at was at the Vet. And I remember sitting down and I didn't like my seat because his seat over the number was a star. And I'm like, Daddy, I remember, like, can I switch with you? And he let me switch with him. And then next thing you know, I was the lucky seat winner. The Philly Fanatics over me. I'm on the Jumbotron and I have this like tiny little sweatshirt. I was like 4, I think. And so I was the lucky seat winner. My dad's like, what the hell? Like, it was crazy. And then the second baseball game I ever went to, it was at Three Rivers Stadium. The Pirates were playing the Cincinnati Reds. And we were sitting right by the bullpen. And Barry Bonds hit a foul ball into the bullpen. And all these kids were like leaning over, begging the catcher for the ball. I had no idea what was going on. I was just sitting there, like my pink little shirt. And the catcher's like, little girl in the pink shirt, I'll give you 2 tries to catch it. And so he threw the ball up to me, and my brother remembers me seeing the whole thing. And my dad's like, he turned around and was like, where'd you get that? And they were like, what the hell? Like, they had no idea what was going on. So that's how I started to go to like every baseball game with my dad, because they thought every time they would take me, something cool would happen. So that's my,
That's cool.
That's awesome.
yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
I have one I can share. So Kyle and I are a blended family. So for a while, it was just my daughter and I by ourselves. And she and I would go to, would watch sports all the time together. So she also has grown up a big sports fan. And the year that the Eagles first won the Super Bowl, so it would still been, I guess it was the 2017 season when they won in 2018, but she had never been to a game. And it was the year that, for those of you that remember are Eagles fans, like every time the Eagles were going to the playoffs that year, everybody said they were going to lose. So the tickets were actually really cheap. And so I was able to get playoff tickets for the first game for like nearly nothing. And I remember surprising her that we were going to go to the game, which was supposed to start in like 4 hours. And like she cried. She was so excited to go to the game. And that to me is like still like a core memory. I'll probably never forget that. But she and I would, since then would go to so many games together. But if you were to ask her, I think even she would say like probably some of her best memories growing up were going to those games. She'll never forget it. And probably the coldest game I've ever sat through. Even at Penn State for multiple years, that was one of the coldest games I ever sat through.
You can come to Lambeau and sit in the frozen tundra anytime.
I would
I'll host.
love to go to Lambeau.
Anybody ever
too.
wants to come to Lambeau, you let me
Yeah.
know. I will hook you up and I will host and we'll get you straight away. But you got to come to one of those late December, early January season games when it's actually cold.
I'll do it. I'll do it in a heartbeat. I'd love to go to
It's
Lambeau.
worth it.
Yeah, I
That's
would too.
awesome. Yeah.
All right. Anybody else?
I will go. We went on our honeymoon. We went to the Steelers Chargers. And it was amazing. And I think it was just because it was our honeymoon and we were having a great time. And then I also have the World Series 2015. And then one more. The Giants Super Bowl win. I was in London studying abroad. And me and my friend, we brought our Giants jerseys and we were in the bar, like we found a bar that played the game, and it was 5 hours later there, so it was like 3 a.m. And we were like, yeah, like, and we had this guy who was sitting next to us, and he was English, and he's like, oh, I'm rooting for the Patriots, and we're like, out of here. Excuse me, sorry.
Big red
Insert.
Sorry. And we were like, get that out. And it was just a great experience because we were so excited that they won.
That's awesome.
I have a core memory, probably with Kyle and Jim. The first year dating Jim, him and his buddies decided to get Phillies tickets, and I was the only girl out of like 4 or 5 guys, Jacket and Tim and Kyle, and we were at a Mets game, and we were feeling great. I was feeling great, like really good that day, and we're in the 400 level, and I did not realize that everyone else was saying "muck the Fets," and I said "the Mets." And definitely the usher was like, you're gone. And one by one, all the guys left for me because they felt bad that I was getting kicked out of the game. And Kyle's like, don't kick her out. Don't do it. No. And then they all left. And then I was like, well, I got to go because I'm the only one up here. So that's like a core memory with my brother-in-law and my now husband. It was fun. Finer moment in life.
Those are the best moments. Those are the best ones. Monica, anything for you?
I mean, I grew up going to Phillies baseball games with my grandfather, so like that was always special for me just to have, those times. But I enjoy going to Phillies Mets games with Mike. It's always a good time. But I'm not a big sports person, so when I do go, that's the only time we're allowed to go to Phillies games together is when the Mets play the Phillies.
Who do the
He
kids
won't go
root
with me
for?
otherwise.
Who do the kids root for?
We don't have any kids.
Oh, okay.
Crystal, for you?
So it's kind of funny again, going back to my dad, because Steve will not, I think, even look at the stadium when we drive by the Philly Stadium. So, we just kind of, I get it. I understand. It's fine. He doesn't need to go. So, one year Steve surprised me and bought 3 tickets for me, my dad, and his dad to go. So that was really cool. That was a really cool memory for us, to have that. We were really high up, but it was, again, when you're in that atmosphere, it doesn't really matter where you're sitting. You're just in that, which was really great. So yeah, that was kind of a cool surprise, even though he's not a big fan, but he surprised me with them. So
Do you think it killed him to purchase those tickets?
a little bit. I think it did. Yeah.
He died a little inside when he clicked.
He did.
By now.
Yeah,
true
I
love,
think so.
True love.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Walled empty, lost, died a little. It's fine.
Yeah.
Now, Mary Kay, with all of the games that your husband goes to, because he is all over those minor league games, how often do you get stuck going to those with him?
None. I don't go to any of them.
None?
Usually he takes our older son with him, which works really well. No, but our youngest, I would say my memory that I have that's of just something from our youngest is he was in the majors this year in baseball, and he kept saying, I want to get a single. I want to get a single. I want to get a double. And he hit a single, and it was wonderful. And then like a couple games later, he hit a triple. And he was like, Mom, I just thought I'd skip the doubles. I'll just go right to a triple. That sounds great, buddy. So that was my I mean, it was pretty monumental for him of being able to hit a triple and just skipping over the whole double experience. So
That's amazing.
that would be my core.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it
That
was.
is
Yeah, that's
awesome.
so cool.
Yeah, it
And
was
a proud
a
mom
fast moving
moment.
game too. So that was nice.
We're gonna get you to love baseball. I will get
I
you to love
know.
I will.
My
I
son,
love baseball.
he says it all the time. He's like, Mom, I know you don't like baseball, but I know you want to watch me. I'm like, I do. I love watching you. I just need it to pick up its pace just a little bit sometimes.
At least there's a clock
But it
now,
is
like a
fun.
pitch clock,
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Yes.
They might get there in kids sports eventually, maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. It's picked up a little bit this past spring. It was a little bit better. But then we went right back to fall ball, and that was a little slow.
Yeah.
So
It slows,
cold,
slows
good time.
down.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it does.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Allie.
Yeah,
so,
I always
sorry. Go for it.
no, I just always laugh because I always say like football for me is like the best because baseball's too slow and basketball's too fast.
Yeah.
So like football is like the perfect sport because I feel like there's enough action, but you can follow it enough. Like,
That's
yeah,
true.
I don't know. That's just my own personal opinion.
All right, Allie, we heard you say that you wore a shirt that said I married into this in the Steelers colors. So I'm going to start with you. How much apparel / memorabilia do you own? And how much of it was your choice versus your
Most of it was his choice. But I love wearing it. We went to
Say you love
Pittsburgh.
wearing it, do you mean the Steeler gear?
Steeler gear.
Okay.
Yeah. I have more Steeler gear than I do at Giants gear, and I probably know more Steelers players than I do Giants players at this point. As you can see. Yeah, he has bought most of my Steelers gear.
Are you allowed to wear Giants gear in the house if you wanted to?
Yes.
Okay. Monica, how about you?
Well, I asked my husband for a Schwarber jersey for Christmas this year, and he said he wasn't going to get it for me. So he like
Michael.
Just
refuses to buy
resigned. What's
me
wrong?
Phillies or anything baseball related. But I honestly don't have a lot of, I mean, mainly I have Phillies shirts and things like that, but I don't have it. It's all him. He has so many jerseys. He has so many. He has everything. Like you name it, he has it, but I don't have much.
I feel like
Very
we need to
same
make sure
here.
you get your Schwarber jersey. I
Yeah,
feel like
I
that
feel
would
like
be
Yeah.
I
That's
think
the
all of us
only
ladies
thing
will
on
come
my
together
list.
and make sure that happens.
Yeah. I feel like we
And
could
he
this
better
group
get
can
it
make
for you.
that happen.
That's my
Yeah.
finger.
I'll tell Jim tonight. Like, yo.
Yeah.
Get
Mary
real
Kate,
on
how
it.
much stuff do you have toting around the house?
A lot. He has bought me this jersey, of course, and many other jerseys that he felt was necessary. But not too much. Not too much.
Allie? Or, sorry,
Yes.
nope, Allie, I didn't mean, I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
That's okay.
I meant Heather.
You mean Abby? Oh, Heather.
Abby, Heather.
Any of us. Yeah. Our basement, as you can tell, you actually get dizzy, I think, down here by looking at all the stuff on the wall. But that is Kyle. That was 100% Kyle. We had like a few pieces before we were together, but like largely all of this stuff on the walls is him. But I will say we definitely, between all of us, our kids, even like blankets, things like that, like I definitely purchase a lot of the clothing and or the other things that are laying around the house. But unless I'm at work, I'm like often just in an Eagles or Penn State sweatshirt. Phillies too. Definitely when it's Phillies season, and that also. I will say I don't complain about it. I do enjoy it. It is fun. Except I just don't get it. The one thing I will say I don't get, and we argue about this. I don't understand why he buys sports memorabilia for people that play for teams that we don't love. I know there's a lot of people that just
Agree.
love sports, but I don't get that. And we definitely debate over whether that is necessary, which I would say is unnecessary. And I don't
I
get it.
agree.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah, that's no.
I
Like, we-
understand the mentality behind it, but at the female side of it makes me agree with you as well.
Yeah,
Like I
like we
get
have
it.
Peyton Manning helmet. I don't want that in my house. I would love that.
I would never have that in my
Timmy
house. I
Golf.
know it's Peyton Manning, but I just couldn't do it.
Yeah. It should be out of here, along with multiple other things that I would put up for auction in a heartbeat.
I never realized you did that. I thought it was all Philly stuff, not Phillies and Eagles stuff. No.
Oh no, come down. I will show you all of the things that should not be in our house. But here is where it
Should have a
became a
yard sale.
bargaining. It was a bargaining tool because I said, if you are going to hang some of that, then you will get a Penn State Saquon Barkley jersey to hang. This was pre Saquon joining the Eagles. I wanted one for the basement because I've loved him ever since he was at Penn State. Did not want it in a Giants uniform, but I did want it in a Penn State uniform. And that I got my wish and got that on the wall. So that is here, which then was serendipitous with Saquon coming to the Eagles, but it was a bargaining
just
tool.
knew. You knew.
Mhm.
Yeah, you put it out in the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks for that.
We have some cowboy stuff over there. It's good. Oh.
Yeah.
There is no cowboy stuff here. I will say that. No cowboys.
No, I was
Okay, Kyle gets 1 point back for not having anything Cowboys related in there. He's okay.
Yeah.
He'll Crystal, Abby?
That's funny. I never knew that. What'd you say?
And you guys, any fun memorabilia?
He has honestly, all the memorabilia he has is probably from Kyle gifting it to him over the years. Seriously though, there's a helmet behind me and stuff on the walls in front of me that you can't see. But and then apparel wise, the kids have so much. I think because people know that my husband is so into sports and does the podcast and stuff, they just get all kinds of stuff, which is great because especially my daughter, over my son, she's all about the Eagles gear. My son's all about the Phillies gear. I get all the hand-me-down stuff. Underneath this, I have Jim's old Phillies shirt from 12 years ago. I wear it to bed. It's comfortable. I have some apparel, but I save it for when I'm going to a game. I don't know. I'm that's my Eagles sweatshirt for the next 3 years. And I just leave it there because I feel I don't know. I'm always just running around in random stuff. I don't know.
Crystal, I know you got that Eagles blanket behind you, loud and proud.
Yes. I have multiple Eagles blankets, multiple Eagles things. Steve and I actually on our wall, you can't see it, but half of it is Cowboys and half of it is Eagles. I have my full Super Bowl jersey hanging up. I have my Westbrook jersey, which was my very first jersey that I ever bought. And I have a Saquon Kelly Green jersey that I just got this year. So I don't really spend because they're just so expensive. So it just hurts me to spend that much money. Whereas I just have a lot of Eagles sweatshirts and long sleeve shirts and things like that. But they're the 3 jerseys that I'm yes, I own them. They are mine. Yeah. So, but a lot of blankets and cups and all that fun stuff. But I do have to say the champagne bottle that's behind me, Steve bought me that. That is the Super Bowl Eagles. I don't even know who made it, but it is a champagne bottle that he brought home for me. And I was very excited about that. I was like, oh, all right, I got that. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Maybe
All
you're
right, ladies.
converting him. He's now bought you tickets and a champagne bottle.
No.
I don't know. Can a true Cowboys fan do that?
Heather, I think you might be onto something over there.
Oh.
I would love for him to become an Eagles fan, but it's not going to happen. He literally roots. I mean, he was rooting for the Raiders, partially because of Corey, which I'm not going to get into that right now, but because he's not allowed on this podcast, so we're just going to skip over him for right now. But he had Raiders sweatpants on during the game. I'm like, dude, get out of here. Like, what the heck? Oh, so frustrating. So frustrating.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so before we get out of here, ladies, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I need some ammo to use against all of your husbands. Okay. So I need something that he wouldn't want listeners to know, like whether it is an overused sports term that he uses every single day in the house. And you're like, oh my God, if you would just stop saying that. Or does he go into podcaster mode when you guys argue and you have to turn it off to have a conversation with him? Or like, is there something that like somebody starts to say a certain thing and you're like, please God, no, don't say that. Because it'll turn it into an entire rant. So I need to know some hilarious tidbit, something to get them going from each of you.
Tick, 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 tick. God, he does that all the time when he wants the time to go. It drives me crazy. Crazy. It's always at like 1 minute and 20 seconds or 30 seconds left. I'm like, it's gonna be what it's gonna be, you know? But tick, 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 tick.
Wait, when does he do that? When he's starting or when he...
At the end.
At the end.
At the end
to
of
like
the game.
Okay.
Like,
ow. When he's
yeah.
watching the game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep.
Mine is like very superstitious. Like, I have to sit in this part of the couch to watch the game because that's what I won last week. And I need to wear this shirt because I don't even care which one. And da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, we've never watched the Super Bowl with like friends because the first one that he saw that they won, he was by himself. It's like so superstitious. It's ridiculous. And then he does this. This is funny too. You know that he's recording when like his slip-on Eagles shoes are like right outside the door, the office door, and then it's shut. And they're like, the kids don't even read the stop sign on the door. They're like, oh, there's his little Eagles, sandals, slides are right there. Daddy's in there. Yeah.
Anybody else?
I mean, I have anything other. Yeah.
I would say what I mentioned earlier and just keep reminding Kyle he's a converted Penn State fan because he will continue to tell you he's not, but he is. He wore Penn State gear, looked at season tickets, so just keep reminding him he's a Penn Stater now.
He ends up going there. He's all in.
I said he looked angry last week before we started recording, and he won't let me live that down now. So now I know how to actually make him look angry. So I appreciate you, Heather.
Yeah.
I can make Kyle angry. Monica, what about you?
That's so fun.
I'm trying to think of the name, but there's this song that, like, it was like a Mets players like walk-on song or something like that. That'll get Mike going. So if you play it, like he'll dance for you, or he'll like I don't remember what it is. I have to
like Candelito.
Maybe.
Is it Candelito?
It's some kind of Hispanic song.
Like
it's like with a trumpet,
or it could be Edwin Diaz with the trumpets.
But it's just like the most obnoxious thing in the world, and he would play it like full volume, and I have to yell at him all the time. So just play that song for him, and I'll get him going.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Mary Kay, you said you don't think you have anything?
I don't think so. I mean, he's very superstitious. He won't watch Carolina games unless there's, like they're destroying the team. He will change the channel at a commercial and come back to something to see, but I don't have anything else. Sorry.
No, that superstition is so huge amongst majority of us that are huge sports fans.
True. True.
I was sitting here laughing at Abby when she was talking about Jim and superstitions and other things. Like anybody with superstitions, I totally get it. Like I have to have my hat a certain way and stuff like that. I know I'm one of those people too. So I get it. I get it. What about you, Crystal?
Well, since he like produces it, I think the only thing that he really that's like coming to mind is he gets where like people are freezing, their internet's messed up, or their audio isn't working, or something, or like he has to go back because he takes notes the whole entire time and is like, I have to go back and edit at this point and this point, I have to do this. So if you just want to randomly freeze your screen,
He'll kill me.
he might murder you. And I'm actually, that comes back on me because that's more time that he's going to spend down here editing and like doing whatever. But yeah, that's the only thing that I do have to say, that like he'll come upstairs and be like, man, so and so's screen kept edit or freezing, or you know, this happened, and it's like
We can just all fake freeze too, and not even actually really freeze them. Like,
yeah.
oh, just keep going. Oh, that would be.
There you go.
Oh, thank you
That's
for that,
so
Crystal.
funny.
I'm keeping that in the back.
There you
back.
go.
All right, ladies. So should this be just a one-time thing, or should we make this a regular thing? Because I had a blast chatting with all of you tonight, and I would love to do this again.
I would love
I would
to do it
definitely.
again too.
Yeah, I would definitely do it again.
Yep. Happy
we
to
should
chat
take over.
sports.
Mhm.
We're taking over. That's it.
Yeah,
Crystal,
that would
let
be
Steve
fun.
know the boys are out, the girls are in.
Yes. Let's go.
We are taking over. Well, ladies, the Clashing
Sounds great.
Conferences podcast would not be able to happen without all of you behind the scenes doing everything that you do to keep the kids quiet, wrangle the pets, everything else, so that these boys can record a couple of nights a week. For Jim's case, every single day.
Yeah.
So super appreciate you, Abby, letting Jim put all that content out there. I would like to thank you for laughing at them and the madness that comes along with all of us that do podcasting. And tonight was about letting you guys shine for a change. So thank you so much. It's been an amazing evening, and I hope we can do this again.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See y'all.
Go Birds!
Bye.
Go Birds.
Boom, boom, boom.